On the phone with me is my work husband and really good friend, J.D. Spradlin.
Is this a prank call? Who is this? I don't know you. What?
Stop.
Renee Adams, my love. How you doing, my friend?
I am fabulous, and I am so happy that you decided that you wanted to answer the phone today for me, so that was nice.
Well, normally when you call, I'm doing other things, but, I love to talk to you and Bob, and, I miss you oodles.
Well, I do see you still, so it's not like we totally have lost touch.
Our schedule, especially in the holiday, you're so busy and I'm busy, so it's good to finally talk to you again. Hello.
I know. So guess what? You know what today is? Today is December 9th. And you know what happened 5 years ago?
It's an anniversary of you being one of our voices here on
well, here's
Jimmy's
the deal.
channel.
First time ever airing on radio was this day, on this day, December 9th, 5 years ago. And all because of you, my friend. And I thought it would be fun to tell the listeners exactly how far we go back, because a lot of people just don't even realize that we have been friends since our 20s.
Oh, so you're doing the anniversary thing. I had no idea. I knew the date because it's in my calendar. And I got to tell you, you made me look so good. I mean, having you do our channel and just what you did and what you brought was so cool to the station. And I'm so happy that your career has gone off and doing other things. So yeah, it's you are an awesome Padawan.
Well, listen, JD. Okay, so let's go a little further back than radio. So back in our 20s, yes, we worked together at a nightclub called the Baja Beach Club for a hot minute, and then you went back over to Disney, and the Disney Beach Club, right? And then I came back from traveling.
Hold on, the Rock and Roll Beach Club. Get it right.
Sorry, I know, I don't want to get it wrong. Yes, you were there. How many years were you at the Rock and Roll Beach Club?
Prior to my first firing, because it took two for the Disney to get rid of me, they had decided that, something happened, and, they said bye. And I went over, along with our very good friend, Dick Tracy, to Baja, and we spent some time there. So much more his fit than mine. And Disney went, hey, sorry, we want you back. So, I went back over to Disney.
So you left the Baja where we were, and you went back to Disney. But that didn't end our friendship. We stayed friends even after I traveled. Yeah.
Of course.
And I was on 10 years traveling and opening nightclubs with the Baja Beach Club, and then came back and said to you, J.D. Spradlin, I want to audition to be a DJ at Disney. And you said, I'll teach you what to do. I'll never forget, because I had a little apartment, and you came over and you set up your gear. You showed me how Disney has a special way to audition, and I didn't know, so you showed me what to do, and then I went in there and I nailed it, and they said, we don't have any girls. And I said, well, I think you should. And then next thing you know, I'm working for Disney for the next 20, 30 years. So thanks to you, I got that job. 5 years ago, thanks to you again, I got the radio gig, which unbelievably enough has changed my life, not in a career sense, I mean a little bit, but mostly in the friendships that I've made and the people and the knowledge. You've taught me how to interview. You've taught me so many things throughout this lifetime that if there was one person on this planet that I would have to say thank you to, it would have to be you. So
you're being too sweet. You came with a buttload of talent going into it, and all I did for the Disney thing, it was a tweak. It was just a simple showing you the format of what they were looking for, and I remember when you came to me, you were like so distraught. You're like, I'm like, just give them this, do this, and this, and they'll see how good you are, because auditions are the hardest thing. You got your foot in the door and then killed it. So my contribution there is very little. So because you came with whatever.
How long? Let me ask you a question. Wait, I'm cutting you off. I don't need more phrase. I want to know, how long were you at Disney? Just because I think people would love to know.
Like 13 years. Yeah, like 13 years. It came in '89, and like I said, the second time they fired me, it took about 2003 kind of thing. It was at Pleasure Island, and it was the greatest experience. I can say nothing. A lot of, people leave Disney say, and you're still with them, so you know how great they are.
Yeah.
But people that leave Disney, they're, distraught and they're down about it. No, it was a great company. I loved working for them. But it was like,
They've changed a little bit
looking,
since then, just so you know.
It has, I know, and remorse
I'm
a
not
little
bashing Disney. I'm just saying that they have changed. Things are a lot different. I mean, think about it. The character department alone had probably, I might say 70 people. Now it's probably got like 570 people. I mean, it's just totally different and grown so much. But so you had a career at Disney for 13 years.
Yeah.
And then I remember, let's talk about this, your first day yourself on Radio Margaritaville. You called me up and said, I'm going to try to do this radio thing. Do you remember? I'm going to try to do this radio thing. Will you listen to me? And I was like, yeah, sure. I remember listening to you, put you on my garage. I don't even know. Put you on in my garage. And I listened to you. I was like, well, this is cool. What is it? Oh, he's talking Jimmy Buffett stuff. Okay. But how long have you been with Radio Margaritaville?
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember that day because you were one of the few people that I knew that I could you come from an amazing entertainment background. If your listeners don't know, your mom was, a dancer for whom?
Jackie Gleason, yeah.
Yeah,
Jackie, Jackie Gleason show, yeah.
Yeah, so you came from an entertainment family, and we had worked together, before, and I knew you were one of the people that I could trust not to fluff things. So I wanted show notes from you, a real entertainer. And so I said, please listen to my live broadcast and tell me what you think. So I leaned on you.
You wanted my notes.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Because I respect, as I always have respected your past and where you came from, and that's why we're such good friends. I was like, listen and tell me what you think. And you came back with, a nice, glowing review, which was very good.
Well, I think I remember the glowing review, but you were good at the beginning. You always have a lot.
Even when you
now?
What? Wait, I suck now?
No, you're still good. You're still good. No, but you're amazing. I mean, I can tell any listener will say, oh my gosh, J.D. Spradlin. And I thought, oh my gosh, yeah, I've known him forever. But the long story of that whole thing is like you not even coming from a background of entertainment, you absolutely nailed everything on that first day on Radio Margaritaville. And the station was so little, right? Like, I mean, Jimmy was still doing stuff. What was happening then? I don't even remember. It was tiny. You had no studio, right? No studio.
Yeah, we were still on. It wasn't SiriusXM, yes. It was still on Sirius. It was a new thing, and Sirius at the time was looking to add more artist-driven stations. They had Bruce Springsteen. They had Grateful Dead. And the way it was pitched to me is, hey, our matriarch is still alive, so we could. It's like, oh, cool, that'd be awesome. Well, of course, Bruce is still alive, but as like a way for me to share my love for this music and who Jimmy Buffett is at the time was now with people who are like-minded, like you and I. So it was a
but
joy.
Your knowledge goes above and beyond. I mean, I used to make a joke, and I still kind of make the joke, let's be honest, where I say, oh, JD, yeah, he knows exactly when that song was sang, recorded, what Jimmy was wearing, and if he tripped and stubbed his toe on the way out on the stage when he did that live performance, JD knows all of it. And you do. And my favorite part, not favorite, but one of my favorites, let me go on. My favorite story that you gave me was one time Jimmy was in a car. And this is, I don't know if everybody knows this. And he was listening to you. Is that what it was? He was listening to the channel and called the studio.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, tell that story. Because I think everybody knows, I never had the opportunity to even meet Jimmy. I got hired at the beginning of COVID and 2 years, working from the closet of my house. And then the last 2 years of his life, he was sick, so he wasn't out there like, hey, let me go meet Renee. I just never had that opportunity. It's not funny. He probably would have had he had known I was around. But
he would have loved you, Renee. He would have loved you.
Oh, thanks. Well, tell the story on when he called into the studio. I love that story.
Okay, so it was back when we were live at the Orlando studio at the City Walk Universal, and I did a break, and Tom Corcoran, the amazing Tom Corcoran, good friend, miss him, and I gotta say the bastard started a bad year in 2023. In January 16, he set sail at the age of 76. and we know how bad it went from there. We lost Jimmy. We lost Greg Fingers Taylor. We lost so many people.
So tell me the story when Jimmy called in.
Oh, my God. So Tom Corcoran, who we know and love, co-wrote Fins with Jimmy and Keeping Crime a Passion, novelist, amazing guy, great friend. We miss him so much. He was in the studio at the cafe in Orlando, and he came up and said, "Hey, I'm here. I'm bringing people in. Say hi to him." I said, "I'd love to." And so he was in the studio. I'm not going to lose the fact that he's there. So I said, "Hey, Tom, jump on the air with me." And again, we were live, and he said, "Yo, yeah, of course, JD." He had that voice. He came in, and I said, "Well, I have these several songs I have coming up this hour. What do you want to talk about?" And he said, "What was it? If I could just get it down on paper or something." And he said, I have a story for that. I said, "Sure." I didn't pre-ask him what it was because he's frickin' Tom Corcoran, and I trust him. He's a friend. So we did the break live, nailed it, boom. He went and sat back down, and the phone rang, and it wasn't Jimmy. It was Coleman Sisson, who is he manages the station, I guess. Great friends with Jimmy Buffett, amazing. Coleman Sisson is amazing. He said, "Hey, Jimmy Buffett was driving down." He's from Texas. I can't do it without his accent.
It's funny.
Hey, JD, Jimmy was driving down the PCH in California. He heard you boys on the air and realized he'd lost Tom's phone number. I said, "I'll get it for you, Coleman." No, he wants to be on the air with you guys.
Oh my God.
So again, live radio.
Jimmy wants to be on the air because you're standing next to Tom Corcoran, and he lost his phone number. That is, and he has Coleman call you. Because he's obviously driving the car. Oh my God! Okay, crazy.
The freaking PCH in California. So I go down, tap Tom on the shoulder, and he kind of turned white. He was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, come on." So I got him in the booth, and we did the interview, and it was a live interview on air. The meeting of the two friends who hadn't spoken in a while, and it was magical. And one of my favorite days in the office. And I miss Tom. I miss Jimmy so much.
That's one of my favorite stories that you ever told me. And gosh, you have told me a million stories throughout the years. Before we wrap this up, JD, I was wondering if you could quickly play the Big Three game show with me. What do you think?
Ooh.
I know that you've never done it, and I remember when I was putting it together.
I hate games.
I know you. You do hate games. Even at my Christmas parties, you don't play the left, right, center.
Left,
you don't
right,
play
center.
like any of the.
No, I hate losing. I don't. Renee, I love you. You're my sister from a different mister. So I will play your
this
game
with me right now?
on your show.
Thanks.
Go for it.
I was just hoping you would. Okay. Question number one. I want to know, is there something that the listener does not know about you, like you are an amazing cook, or you work out every day, or you can do a back handspring, something really unusual that people just don't know about you, or you just watch the Discovery Channel all day long, or what's something different that nobody knows about you?
Besides my piercings? Yeah, here's one that's kind of weird, I guess. I've always driven a Jeep. I talk about my Jeep on my show all the time. Okay, I'm a little embarrassed. My first Jeep wasn't a Jeep. It was a Suzuki because I couldn't afford a Jeep. But, yeah, my first Jeep-ish was a Suzuki. And my first real Jeep was 96. I bought a CJ5, and I've been driving Jeep ever since because I just love the vehicle. I guess that's
I know you do.
Weird. Does that work?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, that's like something that maybe not everybody. Yeah, he is a Jeep man, no lie to everybody. All right, question number two. What is the most used app on your phone? I know this is going to sound cliche, like I'm pumping my own station, but I mean, besides the obvious, contacts and crap, thing, it's SiriusXM.com. I have the app on my phone, and I use it constantly. All right, my last question before we wrap this up. In your phone that you do not like to use, which, and honestly, you do not like your phone. I know this. I have sat next to you a million times, and you do not like your phone. Whose phone number do you think is the most famous person you have? Whose phone number? I know you have a lot of numbers, and it's really not a fair question to you. No, it's not. In your own head, do you think it's the coolest number that you're proud to have in your phone? Besides mine, and you can't say that. This really is unfair because
I don't agree with the word famous. I'm so against the word famous. I'm anti-famous.
So the coolest person's phone number in your phone?
Let me explain.
Okay.
People that I meet are my friends, so they're not famous. I mean, people say, "Oh, Jimmy Buffett. Have you met Jimmy?" Yeah, of course I have. And for a while I had his cell phone in my phone, but again,
you lost your phone and then you lost your contacts.
Well, that's another story for another show.
Right.
but fame. I don't agree with the word famous. I'm anti-famous. So the people on my phone are singer-songwriters that I respect, and to me, they're all on the same level. So there's no fame. I don't
all right,
accept
so
the
no
word
famous person in your phone.
So I will say the people that in my phone are singer-songwriters across the board, and a lot of coral reefers. From John Frenzy to Tom Shepard to Mac McAnally.
You love
Eric
when
Darkman.
Mac calls, so I know that. I know you
Mac.
like when Eric calls, too. Give
Hudson,
him the warning that we're coming.
Your son Hudson and Peter's son Brendan will be there, so it'll be like a family thing again.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Well, it was pretty busy last year. It's a beautiful show.
Phenomenal.
So I think I'm going to play a song from Peter next. But thank you so much for being on my show and hanging out with me today. J.D. Spradlin, you are my work husband, and you will always be my work husband.
So you're going to Venmo me the payment for this?
No, gotta go. All right, take care, J.D. Talk to you. See you tomorrow night. Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.